the performance that you witnessed from Sydney Affolter yesterday versus Minnesota is what I originally envisioned when she, you know, was getting ready to play her senior campaign before the knee injury took place and she had to miss time. What you witnessed yesterday with the 13 points, 14 rebounds, you know, 3 assists, 2 steals, a big 3-pointer down the stretch. That's the Sydney Affolter that I was hoping would show up. And I thought that if she would play that way her whole senior season, the accolades will come in, the awards. Obviously, she did have a bit of a setback, but you know, it's better late than never. For her to be doing what she's doing and just getting comfortable, really, just being able to settle into your role. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you need time to get acclimated in that regard. Um, Sometimes it's just about understanding that, hey, you're going to take on a bigger role, understanding that you're going to be able to do the things that you do best, things that you do best, play to your strengths, not play to your weaknesses, which is Sydney Affolter is to display consistent heart, hustle, energy, effort, grit, grind, all of those things that made her what she is and makes her what she is. And it's just fantastic to know that you can count on her to show up and deliver for you. When I think about her performance yesterday, the first thing that comes to mind is just truly exceptional. Just truly exceptional to be a guard slash four. To be a 3/4. I think she could literally play anywhere from the 2 to the 4. Obviously, Sydney Affolter isn't the best ball handler, but in the pinch, yeah, she can handle the basketball for you. Maybe in a pinch or two, she can definitely handle the rock a little bit. A little bit. You don't get carried away in terms of ball handling with Sydney. But Sydney, we know when it comes to her, it's the effort. At one point, critical juncture of the game, she grabbed a rebound that I just couldn't envision no one else grabbing. And what's crazy about it, again, if Sydney Affolter had a full season, I think that the discussion around Sydney Affolter would be one in which, I'm serious. If she had a full campaign, didn't get hurt, you know, was able to come in, get used to her role quicker, you would have seen perhaps a Sydney Affolter that would have been, possibly being discussed, maybe possibly as a friend on the edge, fringe pro. Could I be wrong? Absolutely, I could be wrong. But the thing about it is, not too many players out there that are going to hustle as hard as Sydney Affolter. So, you know, is she going to go pro? No, she's not. It's just one of those things where you envision that it could possibly be so. I even thought at one point that Gabby Marshall could have potentially have been a pro, but one, not everybody wants to play professional basketball. So let's get that out the way. Some people, they have other things they want to do immediately after school or soon after school. But I do realize that one of my blunders was thinking that Gabby could be a pro, but Gabby she was a great college player for us. Gabby Marshall was a great college player for us. And sometimes that's what it's about. For some, this is going to be the highest level that they play. For many, this is going to be the highest level that they play. So, I'm not ashamed, and saying like a player couldn't go pro. But I do remember I did a Gabby Marshall video talking about, what was her pro prospects looking like. And it's crazy because once I realized that she wasn't going to be, it dawned on me like she's not going to be going to the WNBA, and some people still thought that she would. So, some people catch on quicker than others, and some never do. Again, we're very thankful for everything that Gabby Marshall has done for Iowa, and I feel the same way with Sydney Affolter when all is said and done. We'll be so thankful for her impactful play that she's given us over the past year and a half. More so because, like, Sydney Affolter didn't really, I won't say she didn't really make impact for us until, that last season, on a consistent basis. Before that, it's just kind of like ups and downs. Um, yeah, I mean, but if we can continue to get, it doesn't have to be 14 rebounds. Like, that's an incredible number. Like, that's a center type number. But I guess it also it does depend on who you're playing as well. Like, how big is the opposition's front line, but also heart and hustle matters too. But yeah, what I wanted to say is if we could get anywhere from 8 to 10 rebounds from Sydney Affolter, if we can get that consistently, again, I know that sometimes the front lines are going to be bigger than what Minnesota was putting on display, and maybe that's me overestimating how many rebounds she could get. But I'll say this, I'll change it. If we can get 7 to 8 rebounds from Sydney a night, that would be great. She's good for at least 1 or 2, possibly 3 threes a night. Sydney has a weird shot mechanics, but it goes in. So that's all that matters. Now outside of that, just proud of her effort. Proud of her energy that she consistently brings, and with that, she's better. You can tell she's more in rhythm. You can tell she's more recovered. If there was anything that Sydney was holding back on when she first came back the first couple of games, that's gone. This is the Sydney that we all used to. With that, I'm going to end the video here, guys. Like the video, subscribe, comment. I am gone.